Lore Master 101.
Show the headshot, this bitch ass motherfucker. And I was there, yeah.
I don't remember what we're playing today, but it's a little puzzle game. Puzzle games are fun. Super simple.
Okay. Filial responsibility laws exist in over half of the U.S. states, which financially obligate adult children to pay for their when their parents are like retired or can't like support themselves anymore. When their parents are like that, their adult children are required to pay for their food, clothing, and care regardless of estrangement. If the child refuses, the state will bring legal action to recover the cost of providing care.
Huh. I don't know how to feel about that.
On one hand, yeah, it makes sense. On the other hand, it's also like there is a difference between bringing a child in the world and then the child does not have like the knowledge or anything set up to do things ahead of time. So like if the child is born, the parents will take care of the fuck. Well, a parent could set things up on themselves to get care of themselves before they reach that state. But honestly, I believe that the government should just
Kill
provide
everybody.
that option for free. Free of charge for like the people who need it, because healthcare and medical care and housing and food are human rights and should be free.
Having all these things, pretty milfin. If you give these things to people, you're a certified MILF.
Certified MILF.
Certified MILF. 7 days of
Reminds me
MILF.
of like
MILF,
your
MILF, MILF.
campaign. Part of the reason I was talking about like, hey, what if I went with the farmer background was because of the femboy farmer meme I posted.
Oh my god.
DILF femboy farmer.
Femboys don't deserve rights. Just my
Shut
opinion.
you shit, no.
You
say you don't deserve rights?
I'm not a femboy.
No, that's true.
I'm barely careening towards the.
You're a sentient otter wearing pants.
Sure. I'm not. Wait.
Okay.
Are you talking about?
Simon and Garfunkel's first single, released in 1956, and gained popularity after their manager Sid Prosen bribed DJ Alan Freed to play their song on the radio. The song "Hey Schoolgirl" gained popularity from this and reached 49 in the charts.
Huh.
During the Falklands War, the British Navy killed 3 whales with torpedoes and depth charges after mistaking them for submarines.
What did they ever do to you? What the fuck?
They existed in British space, apparently.
Also, hang on. Let me say something about the word Garfunkel. It sounds like it sounds like oh, I gotta go drop a massive Garfunkel. Like it sounds like you're saying that you gotta go toot or something. Like, you know what I mean? Is that just me? Am I insane?
I have expected you to use your fart reverb machine.
No, that would
that fucks up the recording, yeah.
Yeah, that would fuck up the recording. I don't want to do that.
The inventor of the jelly bean only made about $5 million from the sale of the name.
Honestly, I like jelly beans, and the fact that they're like, well, no, what I was about to say was a lie. You can get what's it called? You can get jelly beans year round.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, Jelly Belly and all that stuff. I forgot it for a second. I forgot that shit for a second. You know what I mean? Anyway, my favorite jelly bean type is warhead jelly beans.
I don't really have a favorite jelly bean flavor.
Well, like what's it called? When Easter comes around, like all the candy companies sort of step their game up. Like, oh, Starburst jelly beans and Warhead jelly beans and Skittles jelly beans. Just a thought, just an opinion.
The Herald of Free Enterprise was a Ro-Ro ferry which capsized moments after leaving the Belgian port of Zeebrugge on the night 6th of March 1987, killing 193 passengers and crew.
No, not Zeegbreeze.
So we're the Herald of Free Enterprise because capitalism immediately kills 193 people.
Immediately commits homicide.
The English trip hop band Massive Attack encoded digital audio files in their album Mezzanine into 920,000 short DNA strands.
How about they don't?
Coin/button battery numbers reflect their physical size. For example, the popular CR2032 battery you may have heard of means 20 millimeters in diameter and 3.2 millimeters in height. The CR2477 is 24 millimeters in diameter and 7.7 millimeters in height.
Interesting.
John Hawken is a pseudonym of an unknown British author who wrote several horror novels in the 1980s for Hylam, most notably the Slimy trilogy, Slime, Slither, and Squelch.
Ew. Those are awful names.
Yep. In 1976, Detroit Tiger Mikey Lolich was called to active duty with the National Guard in response to the ongoing Detroit riots. He then received death threats for his role in quelling the riot, and the FBI subsequently placed the team snipers on the roof of Tiger Stadium during his next two starts.
Hey, what the fuck?
In World War I, forerunner to cruise missiles, the pilotless Kettering Bug was designed to strike targets at a range of 75 miles.
Huh.
The Shungannaguga boulder is a 23-ton red quartzite rock which was moved by glaciers from the Dakotas to Kansas hundreds of thousands of years ago. The boulder is considered sacred to the Kansa tribe, which were expelled from the state named after them. The Shunganunga translates to Big Red Rock in their language. The Guinness World Records title for the most children delivered at a single birth to survive is held by the Nunnuplets from Mali. There are only two other recorded cases of Nunnuplets in the world ever. One in Australia in 1971 and Malaysia in 1999.
Is that 9 children?
I'm gonna look that up. No.
Nona. I know Nona is
9. Yeah, 9.
9. I knew it.
Photoelectric cells, which are effectively explained by Einstein, switched the lights during the Exposition of Chicago in 1833. They were activated from photons coming from the Encketus star, which took 40 years to land there and released from the star during the previous exposition. SC Tasmania Knight Berlin, a German football club who, after the only other team in Berlin were kicked out of the league, got an unexpected promotion to the top of the league. The German FA wanted to keep the club in the city of Berlin for political reasons. They remain the worst team in the history of German football.
Womp, womp, womp.
A horse named Sergeant Reckless was a horse that served with the Marines in Korea. She was able to haul ammunition by herself without a handler and would seek a bunker or lay down when under fire and received 2 Purple Hearts as well as other medals for her service in the Korean War.
Good for her.
When natural gas producers have a surplus, they can pump it into massive underground salt caverns for storage some 6,000 feet underground.
Huh.
The inventor and theorist Buckminster Fuller was expelled from Harvard twice. First time for spending all his money and partying with a vaudeville troupe, and second one for irresponsibility and lack of interest in his job. The lack of an Oxford comma once cost the dairy $5 million. This has been Random Fact, whatever.
Bye.
Yeah.